Hi everyone, and welcome back to my Creative Ego. So today I have another Tuesday morning haul. And so I went into Tuesday morning actually looking for a few items that I saw in other haul videos, particularly some of the Sizzix embossing folders as well as some of the punch boards. So they did have a few punch boards and scoreboards, but not exactly the ones I was looking for. But I did find a few embossing folders. Right now you're seeing the Fleur de Lis design. This one is by Echo Park, and on the top left-hand corner, you'll see that each one kind of has its own collection. So this is from the Once Upon a Time collection. And I also have to say that I almost did not pick this up because I remember from the Downton Abbey collection that they did have like a Fleur de Lis design, which I picked up. So if you're debating on whether to get this or not, the Downton Abbey one is the one in the pink, and then the new design from Carta Bella is the one in the blue. So the next embossing folder is called Leaves, and that's also by Echo Park. And on the top left-hand corner, it is the Fall is in the Air collection. And if I'm going too fast, don't forget to go ahead and hit that pause button if you need that SKU number. So hopefully you're able to see it, but you do get an assortment of leaves on this folder. And now that I look at it, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with the cards. So sorry I wasn't able to put that project on this video, but I'll probably put it on my next Tuesday morning haul. Next up is this plaid pattern, and this is by Carta Bella, which I believe is also an Echo Park company, or the other way around. So I did not even see one Sizzix embossing folder, but then again, they were not done unloading the truck, so I will check back in later on in the week. In the meantime, I'm so glad in a way that it wasn't quite full with all the new products because I probably would have passed this up. So I have seen this one at my store, and I didn't pick it up on the first round, and as you know, I've already been hauling a lot of these products by Richard Garay. You know, usually when I see this, I kind of think to myself, oh, I already have these flowers or something similar to it, but I'm so glad I picked this up because as you can see, it's like making your own ephemera packs, right? I really love this one, and in addition to that, it's really beautiful just stamping it out on paper and even just alternating the flowers in different ink colors. You kind of get like this Hawaiian lei vibe, which I think is really cool because I want to make a stationery set with it, and I could also imagine if you went on a Hawaiian vacation, you can use this pattern around like a 12 by 12 scrapbook as a frame, which I think would be equally pretty. So this, I think, was one of my favorite finds of the day. And then these ones you might have already seen, but if you haven't, and I'm so mad at myself because wow, what a great time for me to be a miser, right? So I did have a few of these in my cart, I think maybe like 3 each, and then I told myself, do I really need 3 each? And so I said, let me start off with one because I haven't tried this brand, which was crazy because I have been waiting for these to come into my store for such a long time. Round 1 and round 2 came along and I didn't see it at my store, and finally it was there, and I can't believe I made that decision because this is really a great sequence pack. I love it. I've only used this one, and I forgot to actually take the SKU number on this one. The quality of the sequence is really nice because usually I buy the ones that are the metallic color, and those sometimes are really thin, or the paint or whatever starts to scratch off of it, and I really like this one. And as you can tell, I did a project over the weekend, and you probably remember this, but I just want to show you. The circle confetti is the one from Tuesday morning. The other confetti is actually from Michaels. It's, I believe, the Martha Stewart brand, the one with the stars and the moon. So yes, super happy that I picked this one up. So this one is called Fillables 2-piece mini loaf pan, and it says it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. I kind of picked it up because it reminded me of like Twinkies. So I was like, maybe you can make your own Twinkies with this. But unlike a Twinkie, this is going to come with 2 pieces. So the bottom half is something that you fill. You can fill it with like cream or jam or fruit. And then you top that off with the second piece. And then you serve it. Ideally, I would have wanted to fill it with whipped cream and strawberries, But, you know, it was midnight. I couldn't go to any other store, so it was my cupboard that I had to kind of like choose through. So these were the two items I picked up. I picked up some apple pie filling and also this coffee cake. So I have never used this coffee cake before, and I think that's kind of why I bought it. So I'm happy that I'm able to finally use it. So I prepared everything like it said on the box. Which I think was kind of funny because it was a lot of layers that you have to do on here. So you fill it and then you're supposed to sprinkle on the cinnamon, and they want you to take your knife and you kind of make a swirl in the dough, and then you're supposed to top it off again. But as you can see, I ran out of batter. And I didn't really like this style because it was kind of like a hassle trying to like spoon in all the batter and then sprinkle on the cinnamon. So round two, I had to get another one of these boxes, but there was so much of the cinnamon filling left over that I didn't want to double it. So what I did was I took out the cinnamon packet for the second part of it, and I just used the batter mix. And then as you can see, this is all the cinnamon that was left over from the first box, which I think is enough, like more than enough. And I didn't want to have to do that layering thing. So I decided to make this whole process so much easier for myself. And what I did was I took the leftover cinnamon and then I added it in a little bit at a time, and I kind of just mixed it. And so I poured that whole batter into the pan, which was so much easier. No fuss in having to layer or swirl the cinnamon or sprinkle the cinnamon. So when I baked it out, as you can see on the left hand side, it kind of doesn't look that appetizing when you look at it on here, but this is actually the one with all the layering. So that's why you kind of have like all these different textures. And on the right hand side is the one where I just kind of mixed the cinnamon into the batter and cooked it that way. So you don't necessarily have to follow the directions. It's okay to also be creative in the kitchen while you're cooking. And like they said, easy as 1, 2, 3. So what you're going to do is take the bottom piece, which has that indentation in the center. You're going to fill that. And in my case, I'm filling it with apple pie filling that I cooked and cooled. And then you're going to top it off. And of course, you're going to share it because this is a pretty huge piece. Like, I think that you only need half of this. Pretty similar to what they have on the box. I will say that it was late at night and I kind of wanted to do this all in one go, so I probably filled the pans a lot higher than what they should have been filled to. Other than that, I think it turned out good. It tasted great. You know, I'm glad I only stuck with one of the cinnamon packets because I think 2 packets would have been way overwhelming on the cinnamon flavor. And as you can see, I told you guys earlier that this is a pretty huge piece, so I only went with the bottom layer and then I just filled that up with the apple pie filling. I will be going back to Tuesday morning later on in the week to see all the new items that they stock, so don't forget to check in with me then. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and click on the bell if you want to see my newest videos. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful day.